good, y'all boys? It's Dub, man. Today I'm coming at you with another reaction video. Today I reacted to 5 times Larry Bird sought revenge. Now look, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I like looking at Larry Bird videos just because I feel like I don't think Larry Bird is underrated. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that watch basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like you know that Larry Bird is like that. You know that. I don't think Larry Bird is underrated. I just feel like Larry Bird is just ignored. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put it like that. I feel like, and especially for this generation, like bro, Larry Bird, like when you think of like the greatest shooters, people not even mentioning Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not like, people not really doing their research. They're not really looking at the greats. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at the now. And you know what I'm saying? And I can't really get mad because I always knew Larry Bird, but you know what I mean? Like I'm just not really starting to get into it. But man, I am ready to get into this video. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you want me to react to next. If you have a video you want to send to me, make sure you send it to me on my Instagram at tb.dub. And let's go ahead and get into this. I don't care what you say. Larry Bird is the toughest white boy ever to play in the league. And wasn't he country? Country boys ain't no joke.
People look at you different.
Boys lifting wood. They ain't no punk.
And even if someone playing basketball, if somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go. If you didn't,
like that. He ain't even wait for him to get. Oh, let me turn this up a little bit.
And even if someone playing basketball, if somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go.
This man is swinging on the ground. Larry was. He ain't even wait for him to get up. 20 seconds in the video and Larry Bird already fighting.
Take a look at Larry Bird. At first glance, he might not seem like the most intimidating guy. He doesn't really look like a scary dude at all. Many believed they could get away with pushing his buttons.
If you was to see him on the court, you probably wouldn't pick him up.
The hick from French Lick, he always gets the last laugh. Game 5 of the first round in the 1991 NBA playoffs, Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. Larry Bird was approaching the end of his career. He had some serious back problems he was dealing with, and wasn't quite sure how much longer he can go. In fact, before this deciding Game 5, his teammates said that he was even struggling to put on his uniform. That's how much pain he was in. But with the series tied up 2 games apiece, he knew.
Can you imagine what the greats would have been like if they would have had like the help that like the NBA players have now? You know what I'm saying? Like with the trainers, you know what I'm saying? Like the money that they're getting now. Bro, Larry Bird would have lasted so much. If Larry Bird would have been like, would have had the trainers that LeBron has, Larry Bird would have probably still been playing.
He had to use every last drop of fuel that was still in the tank. And on the other side was Chuck Person, nicknamed the Rifleman. Throughout the years, these two were sort of rivals and always talked trash to one another. For example, before a Christmas Day game, Person said to the media that he was going bird hunting. And when that comment made its way back to Bird, Bird made sure he would deliver a present to Chuck. Bird shot a 3-pointer right in front of Person, who was sitting on the bench, then turned around to look at him and said, "Merry f***ing Christmas." Before the shot
You gotta like that. You gotta like Bird, bro. You gotta like him, bro. And you can't say nothing. He hit it.
In yet. He would pull those kind of stunts.
You gotta go in and hit it next. You gotta hit one.
Even did it. So these two had some history, which made this elimination game all the more epic. The game was just like the previous 4 games in the series, very competitive and highly entertaining, both battling to keep their season alive. But with 4 minutes left to go in the first half, an unfortunate event would take place. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball, but ends up landing on his face, and immediately had to head back to the locker room. And it turns out that he broke his cheekbone, so the Celtics had no other choice but to play on without him. Boston was trying their best to hang in the game, but were obviously
Bro, come on now. Come on now. Now I can talk. There's no way you're that trash, bro. What? down the court by yourself and you lose the ball. How? You a grown man in the NBA.
Boston was trying their best to hang in the
I
game,
would've been heated if I was
but
Bird.
were obviously struggling to do so.
I would've been heated.
While Chuck Person was definitely having fun. He was acting cocky the whole time, thinking that his Pacers were on the verge of advancing to the next round. But little did he know, Bird was actually keeping tabs on the game in the back, and couldn't stand the arrogance that the Pacers were displaying. So with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter, he decided to return back to the game to shut him up. The image...
You can't say nothing about that. Talk about toughness. But you can't say nothing about that. This man just broke his cheek. Or you think you finna win now, or now you want to talk because I'm out the game? I got you. I'm finna come right back in. If he win, that's one. Boy, that's a crazy story.
Back to the game to shut him up. The image of him coming out of the tunnel was like something you would see in a movie, as the crowd gave him a much-deserved standing ovation.
I can tell.
The doctor said that he probably had a concussion, but he did not let that stop him.
This man played through a concussion.
Ignited a spark in the Celtics, as Boston took a commanding lead and never looked back. Bird ended the game with 32 points and willed his team to victory.
The idea is a little special because I've known Chuck for a while and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
Bro, how can you not like him, bro? How can you not like Larry Bird? You probably can only not like him if he was talking trash to your favorite player. This man, come, bro.
We always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last
Somebody
word.
that trash talking can back it up.
Where the old man had to show the youngster who was boss. First, we have to talk about a matchup that Bird and Petrovic had in March of 1992.
I did a video to him. If you ain't seen that, go check that out. This man right here was like that. I don't care what you say. Like that, bro.
This game, Drazen was lighting it up. He shot 65% from the floor and was perfect.
He was good,
leaving Bird and the Celtics extremely frustrated. Just when you thought he was finished, he put the dagger in Boston's heart unapologetically.
He is open for the jumper with high. 39 for Drazen Petrovic.
He scored an impressive 39 points to get his team the win. Petro was quickly rising to fame, and before these two teams faced off again, the next time around, the pre-show made sure to remind everyone about that stellar performance.
The big question is who's going to guard Drazen Petrovic. Last time out against the Celtics, a career high 39 points. He certainly is a big factor.
And the way he was shooting in the Celtic game up there in Hartford.
Bro, this is so 80s, bro. Look at the camera.
About 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, he hit a three-pointer, and as he was backtracking, he got into Larry Bird's face.
Y'all really had the best, like, everything in the 80s and 90s.
Someone that you normally want to taunt, but
Drazen really lit it up in that last meeting in Hartford with 39 points.
All this hype that was going around about Drazen, you know Bird was listening. You could tell he was salivating at the mouth for some payback.
Score of 8-2. We play 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Here's Larry Bird.
forget about that one.
That's all he needed.
This time, Bird was the one on fire, dropping 25 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds, while Drazen could barely even get a shot off. He produced a stat line that was not even close to the one he had during their earlier meeting, just a dull 12 points. He should have known that Bird never forgets anything. It's no secret that Larry Bird and Bill Laimbeer absolutely despised one another. Within this heated rivalry, we saw them go at each other's necks on multiple occasions. But in one game in particular, Larry Bird literally got instant revenge. It was game 2 of the night. Larry Bird literally got instant
he didn't shake his hand?
It was game 2 of the 1985 Eastern Conference semifinals between the Pistons and Celtics. Bill Laimbeer was deliberately elbowing Bird as soon as the game started. He wanted to take Bird out early, and he even ended up cutting his chin wide open.
That's dirty, bro.
Was playing out there was
that's dirty. I get some people got that mentality, you know what I'm saying, bro? If you play pickup at the park, it's always that one dude with black Air Forces that play just like this man, bro. It's always that one football player or somebody that just got out of jail. You're not, bro. Come on, we ain't playing like that in that dike while you're free. But, bro, I'm telling you, it's always that one person that want to play like that, bro. And it's like, come on, man. That's just dirty. It's one thing to play tough, but it's one thing to play
As soon
dirty.
as the game started,
That's
he wanted
crazy.
to take Bird out early, and he even ended up cutting his chin wide open.
And
The
it's only
Van
one way
Beer
to
was
get back.
playing
Don't
out there
fight.
Was probably
Do him
not the
in.
smartest idea. If Larry is the guy you're doing it to, he's not the type to just let you get away with that. And from that point on,
You gotta score
Bird
50.
did not play around anymore.
Knocking Bird down. Larry wheels on Profuca. Score. Down. Bird outside.
Bro, his shot is so. It's so different, but it looks so nice.
It's a little different situation, but
The others know they're not involved. Bird the rebound.
Get big.
Is he tough or what? 34 in the game for Larry Bird.
Now, don't get it twisted. Larry definitely welcomed physical play with open arms. But when you
Yeah.
go out of your way to literally draw blood, all
Facts.
you end up
That's
accomplishing
different.
is releasing an angry Bird from his cage.
Facts.
He put up 31 points in the second half alone and
Dang.
wound up with a total of 42 points, making Bill instantly regret his
That way look hurt,
Back when
man.
Larry Bird was a freshman in college at Indiana University, it was said that the veterans on that team would kind of bully him, even though I know that is hard to believe, and that one player in specific, Kent Benson, who was their starting center, constantly went out of his way to chastise him, always giving Bird a hard time since Larry was the new guy on the team, and rumors say that was part of the reason he didn't stay there very long, and ultimately ended up transferring to Indiana State shortly after. Now, fast forward to 1985.
What was they
Bird
bullying
was
him?
now
What was they like? Was it just like some, oh, you the freshman type jump? Why was they bullying him?
shortly after. Now, fast forward to 1985. Bird was now on the Celtics, while Benson played for the Pistons. And this is where Bird would finally get his revenge. Well, kinda. You see, while Bird did do his thing out there, it was Kevin McHale who was destroying Detroit, especially Kent Benson.
Dang.
And get this, Larry actually
He looked
noticed
like a mailman. He like you know the one people that used to like deliver milk back in the day. He looked like
especially
that
Kent
type of
Benson.
person.
And get this, Larry
And he was
actually
bullying
noticed
Bird?
that McHale had the hot hand and that Benson was struggling to guard him. So Bird
Babied
encouraged
him.
McHale to keep making things miserable for Benson by simply feeding him the ball.
That boy look
over-
heated.
keep making things miserable for Benson
He look
by simply
heated.
feeding him the ball over and over again and grab some popcorn watching him go to work. Benson
Yeah, no, that's
eventually
crazy.
even needed Lambeer to help him stop McHale, but
That's
that
crazy.
also failed. And when it was all said and done, McHale ultimately broke the franchise record with 56 points,
Ooh.
mostly at the expense of Kent Benson, which was
Hey, who's
really
McHale?
making-
Was he nice?
Blaine Reichel, I think, has something on Kent Benson.
Ain't no way you mad because you can't stop your opponent.
And he's gone. Benson has just been tossed.
He did that on purpose just to get out of there.
Now, Bird definitely appreciated the fact that McHale embarrassed Benson for him, but he wasn't quite done with McHale yet.
I can tell.
You see, by McHale going for 56 points, he actually broke Larry Bird's previous Celtics record, 53 points. And don't you think for 1 second that Larry didn't realize that. Larry even said after McHale's impressive performance that he should have gone for 60.
Larry, after the game, kiddingly told Kevin, you should have gone for 60.
He said, you should have kept going because that may not last.
Well, the fact that he didn't go for 60 and that Bird secretly wanted to get the record back, he got the idea, why not go for 60 himself? So guess what? Only about a week later, Bird would put on a show that would go down in history forever. A performance that even made the opposite team go crazy. He went for 60 points against
Every time I see that and I look at that bench, I get so mad. If I'm getting dead in and my teammates, my own brothers, is laughing at me getting dead in, bro, we have to fight. And I'm not even one for violence. And I'm fighting the coach because he's not even putting them in. Boy, I want to fight everybody. I'm going to want to fight the cameraman for recording it, bro.
Atlanta Hawks, reclaiming the
Acting like a
franchise
cheerleader.
record
But I would've
in
been so
points in a
mad.
single game. So
Bro.
I guess you could say that he got revenge on his very own teammate. During a 1987 contest between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, who was still a baby at the time, attempted to guard Larry Bird, but he wasn't all that successful at it. Bird just took Jordan to the post at ease. So then head coach of the Bulls, Doug Collins, decided to put a slightly bigger player on Larry, forward Ben Poquet, and that only made things worse for Chicago, because Bird took that as a personal insult.
Yeah.
As soon as Collins put Poquet in the game to guard Larry, Larry said this out loud to Doug Collins: "Ben Poquet, are you kidding me?" And here's how Bird reacted.
Bro, I would love to get trained by Larry Bird, bro. Talk about basketball, bro. This man is crazy. And he said that in front of
Larry
him
said this
and
out
to the
loud
coach.
Doug Collins: "Ben Poquet, are you kidding me?"
Bro,
And here's why Bird reacted in such a way. Quote, "As far as playing, I didn't care who guarded me. I just didn't want a white guy guarding me because it's disrespect to my game." And well, since
I'm not gonna lie, you gotta respect it. I love Larry Bird a lot more for that, bro. I love him a lot more for that. At the end of the day, you gotta respect it, bro. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect that. That's nasty,
because
bro.
it's disrespect to my game. And well,
You gotta
since
respect
Larry
that.
couldn't really tell Poquet to go sit back down, he thought he might as well humiliate him while he's at it.
Standing dribble at the stripe. Bird has it right in the circle. Fakes on Poquet. Gets to the lane. Fadeaway shot. Good.
Like I told you, Larry Bird is the toughest white boy to play basketball in the NBA.
He fires. Rimming. Good. Top of the glass. Side left against Jordan. Bird pops and shoots from the right side and nails another one. Change between the circles. Swings it left to Bird. Shoots foul line. Good.
None of his shots is hitting the backboard.
Larry Legend would ultimately drop 41 points, forcing Collins to think twice before quote-unquote disrespecting his game ever again. So there you go. All this man wanted to do was get the W for his team and go home to cut his grass in peace. But no, those players couldn't just let him be. They just had to provoke the legend and ultimately had to pay the price. Comment down below what your all-time favorite.
Bro, y'all comment down below. What's y'all favorite one, bro? Me, bro, it's probably the one where he was like, "You really finna put a white guy on me?" Like, that's tough. Like, that's tough. But man, Larry Bird, bro, legend. Bro, it's really not much that I can't say about him. I'm so glad that I started watching his videos, watching his highlights a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really making me like respect this game a lot more. The way he thought, you know what I'm saying? The way he went into the game, the way he talked to the other players, bro. You gotta respect it because he can always back it up. But man, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you want me to react to next. Don't forget to follow my Instagram at tb.dub. And man, I'm out.